We recently tried a new to us steakhouse in the Edwardsville area called Moussalli's Prime, and in this video we're going to share what we got and what we recommend you try at this delicious restaurant.
To start the meal off, we were given table bread and butter. This was a focaccia bread and the butter was shaped just like a rose and it was so cute. The bread looked amazing, so I was very hopeful and I wasn't disappointed at all. It was so soft that it practically melted in my mouth, and the seasonings and the butter combined well to give it an excellent flavor.
For our first appetizer, I ordered the crispy pork wontons. This pork shoulder fried wonton was so amazing with a phenomenal combination of flavors and spices. The braised pork was deliciously tender and the fried wontons were perfectly crispy. What really put this starter over the top for me was the crazy good sweet chili sauce. The combination of the sauce with all the other flavors made me very happy. I would highly recommend this appetizer to anyone.
I've always wanted to try escargot, but I've never been brave enough. So when I saw they had it on the menu with puff pastry, I thought tonight is the night to give it a try. I gotta say, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Surprisingly, the worst part for me wasn't the snail, it was the fresh herbs. I'm not sure what they were, but they were just too much, and the flavor and the crunchy texture was too overpowering. The pastry was light and the garlic butter was the perfect flavor for the escargot. It wasn't rubbery at all, and I was surprised that I didn't hate it. I might even order it again in the future.
The classic Caesar salad is probably my favorite type of salad, so I was happy that my meal came with one. My server asked if I wanted fresh anchovies with my salad, and of course I said yes. I was so glad I did because they were delicious. The lettuce itself was fresh and crispy, the croutons were very crunchy and flavorful, and of course, the star of any Caesar salad is the dressing, which I was happy to find was very good on this salad. In my experience, some Caesar salads are not very good, but this one was good and I would order it again.
I opted for the creamy cauliflower and potato soup instead of a salad and was so glad that I did. It was very creamy and had a good flavor between the potatoes and the cauliflower combination. The bacon on top as a garnish was very thick and crispy. It was actually probably my favorite part about this soup. It was all delicious though. I also ordered a side of the garlic Parmesan fries for an appetizer, even though they technically aren't an appetizer. I was so happy that I did. These fries were soft in the middle but slightly crunchy on the outside, and they had a great garlic Parmesan balance to them. The flavor of the garlic was not overpowering at all. Overall, I really liked these fries and was so happy that I got.
For my meal, I ordered the chicken shawarma pita with garlic Parmesan fries. I started with my fries because they looked so yummy, and they definitely did not disappoint. They were crispy and the garlic and Parmesan gave them such a delicious flavor. But the garlic aioli was my favorite part of my meal. It was absolutely amazing, and the creamiest mayonnaise mixed with just the right amount of garlic took these fries up 10 notches. Next up was my shawarma, and it was so incredible. I asked for no pickles or onions since I don't typically care for either of them, but if that's your thing, you can definitely leave them on. The pita was light and fluffy, but the edges were crispy, and that little combination made me extremely happy. The garlic tahini sauce was so light and flavorful, and the chicken was marinated and cooked to perfection. This was an exceptional dish that I would order again, and it was for sure the best shawarma I have ever had.
I love to order salmon when we go out to eat, probably because I rarely cook it at home. I was a little hesitant though because of all the creamed vegetables that came with it, but went ahead with it anyways. The salmon was cooked very crispy, which is just how I like it, and had a great overall flavor to it. It did need a little more seasoning in my opinion, but it was cooked very well. The vegetables were very flavorful and tasted great, and I was pleasantly surprised. The quantity of food was way more than I expected, so I was unable to finish the vegetables, but I did make sure to eat all of the yummy salmon.
For my meal, I ordered the Khao Soi, which is egg noodles and a house-made curry broth with braised beef and crispy egg noodles on top. To be honest, this meal was a little out of my comfort food zone, but I wanted to be adventurous and it paid off. The only thing was, it was much spicier than I was expecting it to be. I don't mind a little heat, but this was strong enough that I struggled a bit. I will say though that the egg noodles were fantastic. The texture and the flavor were both perfection, and I wanted even more. I didn't particularly care for the crispy noodles, and there were a lot of them, but the regular noodles were divine. The braised beef was also good with a nice soft texture and a good flavor, but the star of this dish was the noodles for sure.
If you've watched many of our previous videos, you will know that I love steak. So of course, I ordered the New York strip. I requested my steak to be cooked medium and it came out perfect. The charcoal flavor was so good and the tenderness of the steak was on point and made me so happy. This was a great steak. I tried the vegetables that came on the side and they were really good. They were fresh and tasty. I definitely chose well for this entire meal. Of everyone in our group, I am probably the least less likely to order mac and cheese, as I would rather just eat something else. However, I decided to give this one a try because it sounded really good with the white truffle and crispy prosciutto. The mac and cheese was very creamy with an amazing flavor. I could really taste the white cheddar cheese, and combined with the truffle flavor, it was some of the best mac and cheese I've ever eaten. The texture of the toasted topping and the saltiness of the crispy prosciutto really added to the overall experience.
For dessert, I ordered the Flourless chocolate torte, which also came with berries and vanilla ice cream. The chocolate torte was made with dark chocolate and was velvety soft and very rich. Honestly though, my favorite part about this dessert was the ice cream. It was so creamy and had a delicious vanilla flavor. The creaminess of the ice cream paired well with the richness of the chocolate torte, and overall, this was a delicious dessert and the perfect way to close our meal. Another one of our favorite steakhouses in the Edwardsville area is 1818 Chop House, and you can click here now to watch our video about that next.